What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking down the Stage 5 of Seriously Serious All-Out Battles with a full Movie Bosses team. Not going to be anything too special here. We are using the brand new Golden Frieza and Gogeta team. I did attempt to beat this a couple of times prior to this LR releasing, or I guess at least prior to me pulling them, because I did wait for the free tickets to be available before I did any summons, just in case we were able to pick them up free and easy, right? Which, if you want to see the results of that, you got to go watch my summoning video, which actually turned out to be pretty hype. But yeah, so we weren't able to get it done super free and easy, prior, because Movie Bosses is honestly not that amazing of a team build, after all, like, the 10th anniversary power creep and stuff. But obviously, with the addition of this new Frieza, that changes things for sure. Okay, so the Frieza himself is not on uncontrollable power, which means the Int Broly is not going to have access to his domain. So we didn't get lucky enough with the rotations for that to be a thing, but also I think it's better that we don't use that domain because it's going to buff the enemy Broly as well, right? And we really don't want that. So let's see. Should we... I don't think we really need to use his active skill yet. We can probably wait. I imagine this is going to be easy enough to clear without the active skill at all. We will see. We will see about that. I'm a little bit worried about the Int Broly is the main thing. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to, like, have much survivability in this stage. I know he was struggling before when I was just using the Tech Broly with the 200%. We do have a little bit more stats to go off of now, but we shall see. Another thing is the damage, right? Because this boss does have a damage cap or a damage threshold. So yeah, especially the physical Janemba, who's got type disadvantage, is going to struggle to do any damage in here. At least prior to being built up, right? Okay, but obviously very good that he is taking the super attacks here because he is going to be able to tank those pretty easily. Okay, yeah, and even Golden Frieza is not doing any damage. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. We're not going to be able to exchange into Gogeta until turn 5 because we don't have any superclass characters on the team. So, maybe around turn 5. Man, we're actually going to do 0 damage here. Holy moly. Okay, yeah, as long as we take double digits at the end here, I think that's all that I'm really going to be thinking about for, like, if we're going to be able to succeed with this team build or not, right? Yeah, there we go. We are perfectly fine there. Okay, I think just in the interest of doing damage, what I want to do here... yeah, I'm going to do this. We're going to transform Broly now. Because obviously we do have that free turn of 90% damage reduction with him, but I want to start doing damage right now. And the next turn after his transformation, we'll be able to use his active skill and give him a nice buff to his stats. So I think I would rather just get him transformed up immediately. And because Frieza has shown that he's not going to do any damage, I don't think it's really wise to have him on rotation. At least for now. We'll see. Possibly could be a mistake. But yeah, we'll find out. Okay, still at 0. We still haven't done any damage at all with a single attack. I don't actually know what that number is for the damage threshold itself. I'm really not sure what that number is, but apparently it's pretty high, because holy moly. Okay, so I'm curious to see... I'm pretty sure post-super this guy should be able to tank, at least. Oh, he just attack disabled. That's even better. Okay, all the attack lowers that are coming through, too, are helping out quite a bit. Now, obviously, they're not assisting us in doing any additional damage, but considering he doesn't have the ability to heal, these overtime attack lowers are going to definitely be helping us out a bit, especially because this enemy is raising his attack by 50% every time he supers, and he gets 3 super attacks per turn. So, absolutely, definitely want to make sure to attack lower him as much as possible, right? Okay, so now obviously Frieza is getting more and more attack per attack received. So maybe if we start putting Frieza in the first slot, of course there's no slot ones, no slot 1 attacks this time around. So yeah, we're going to rotate Frieza again then, I think. Because I was going to say, if he gets hit with some slot 0 attacks, I think we would have a decent chance to for him to actually do some damage. Okay, hopefully with a little bit of build-up on Janemba, plus the Tech Janemba support, we could actually do some damage here this turn. But yeah, I guess we're kind of having the opposite problem as I previously have had in this stage, which is that, like, it's really hard to defend yourself against those 3 harder and harder hitting super attacks every turn. But doing damage hasn't been that much of an issue. Whereas on this team, I am pretty defensively solid here. I don't think anybody's really in danger of getting KO'd from a super, as you can see. But the trade-off is that no one's doing any damage at all, and we have to actually do some damage to win, right? If everyone's literally just going to do 0 over and over, that's not going to be good. Okay, there we go. Looks like Janemba has broken through that threshold. As long as he gets a critical hit, his stat is high enough to deal damage now. That's good. There we go. That is good news, because he is the only unit with type disadvantage, right? So if he's able to get there, then it's likely that most of our other units will be able to as well. Probably with the exception of this Frieza, unless we end up putting him in slot 1, right? So that he can get all of that within the turn attack support. Alright, but again, just consistently attack lowering him, so we are not in basically any danger here. Well, I say that. We did just take 50k, and this one's going to hit harder. Oh, it did hit harder because he raised his attack, but we also were getting buffs for ourselves, right? So, yeah, I guess that does work out. Okay, now here we could use the domain. I don't know that I want to. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay without it. Let's go ahead and use his active skill so we can get that buff we were talking about. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and not use the domain. I think the domain is just going to hurt us overall because it will make all of our units a little more susceptible to taking attacks from this guy, right? And not being able to actually tank. So yeah, let's do this. Get him to 24 key, and then we can grab all these physical orbs. Perfect. Okay, that's one dodge, and another, please. Yeah, there we go. Alright, awesome. Janemba is actually doing some damage now, too. Great. And turn 5 is about to happen, so we're about to be able to do the exchange with Gogeta Frieza. I think, if I remember correctly about the way the card works, we can't actually use the Gogeta active. We have to use the Frieza active because of the units we have on the team. Let me see. I'll pull up the card on the wiki on the side right here, and we will double check that. Because yeah, with Frieza, we can use his target skill mechanic as long as we have 4 or more extreme class allies on the team. And then with Gogeta, we can only use it if there's 3 or more super class allies. Yeah, so we actually can't use that one, which does suck because that one would be a ferocious attack that we would be able to use, which would obviously do wonders for depleting the enemy's HP. But yeah, we're not going to have that capability, so we're just going to have to improvise here by doing something else. So Gogeta does have an insane amount of dodge in his kit. Okay, I think simply for deciding what to do on this rotation, I'm going to switch to the wiki so I can show you his kit. So he's got the high chance to evade in base, and then for every key sphere obtained, he gets 5% more. So as long as you give him 10 key spheres, he's got a 100% chance to dodge. So what we're going to go ahead and do on this turn is we're going to use the active skill from Golden Frieza to give him the target skill mechanic here, so that all of the attacks are going to be focused on him. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tag switch to Gogeta. Still has the target skill mechanic active, so all the targets are on him, I believe, yes. And then we can select the 10 orbs, and now he has a 100% chance to dodge. So we're going to do a ton of damage this turn, as well as we literally cannot take any damage, because 100% of the attacks are about to go toward a unit that can't be hit. So this should look pretty good for us. And then we're going to rinse and repeat the exact same strategy on the next turn, and I'm hoping that that will mean we just win. That's really what it should mean, honestly. I would be surprised if between these next 2 turns, the enemy is still surviving, right? What was that, a 42 million attack stat? Yeah. We're definitely going to be okay here, and I think it's actually pretty unlikely that he survives this turn even. I guess depending how many attacks we get, but we're about to get like 5 super attacks or something like that, right? Because we get an additional for every 5 key spheres obtained, so that's 2 additionals there. So 4 super attacks is what we're going to get for the turn. If the hidden potential goes off. Oh, okay, it didn't. Well, not a huge deal. Again, we're still a shoe-in for the win here because of the active skill. That unit is just so crazy. I'm really, really happy that I was able to pull him. I didn't want to leave the celebration without. I was already bummed enough that I had to leave the GDC without the Blue Goku and Vegeta. I don't really care that I didn't get Omega. The Omega Shenron hasn't proven that staple of a unit. Obviously, he is one of the stronger villain units, and he has a pretty good team. So it's a nice option to have, but he is kind of replaceable. I haven't really found content that was, like, extremely challenging because I didn't have him. Whereas that Blue Goku and Vegeta, yeah, constantly. Basically, every single new event that has released since his inception, he's been one of the top units to use in it. Including the Festival of Battles, by the way, which just got a new mission. And, you know, all of the Twitter screenshots that I've been seeing for that new mission include him on the team. So, very, very salty that I don't have him, for sure. Okay, so yeah, same deal, rinse and repeat. We will go ahead and use the active, get that target skill going. Okay, perfect. Ag switch him. And select all our orbs. There we go. And then that should be GG there. So yeah, definitely not as difficult of a mission as like the all physical types or anything like that. But I figured we might as well cover it just because I hadn't yet completed this mission. I was waiting for the Goku Frieza to be, or the Golden Frieza of Gogeta to be available to us, right? So there we go. I'm pretty sure that that would be beatable without them on the team, for sure. If you just had like a 200% lead on one side and then them as the friend lead on the other side, you could probably still get this done, no problem. But there we go. So that is the mission cleared, and that was actually the last mission that we had to clear for the Seriously Serious All-Out Battles for Stage 5. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!